Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Socially Unsocial.
I'm Patty.
I'm Danielle.
And we are your hosts.
Welcome back. It is December 9th.
Sure is.
A couple more weeks until
Santa!
I was thinking 2025, but okay, yeah, a couple weeks till Santa.
I was going to say like until Jesus is born, but I got way too excited about
do
Santa.
that too. Jesus is born, Santa, a new year.
Woo.
So I was listening to a podcast on my way here.
Was it ours?
No. I was looking for some inspiration on some things that we can enter in our conversation today. And it got me thinking, because this was an old episode of hers. It was Mel Robbins' podcast. And she was saying why fall in September, it's the most overlooked month because it's such a good way to reboot yourself. And it's the most motivating month in comparison to January, because January is always like everyone's reset, like New Year's resolutions, new calendars, all the things. And then I'm thinking, why do we put so much pressure on the next year? Why do we do that? Oh, goodbye, 2024. I hope 2025 is better. Why can't we just get into the mindset of being like, all right, a new week, a new month, a new day? Why do we always have to get so excited for that next year? When, not to sound like a Debbie Downer, but the next year is usually just as shitty as the year before.
Surprise, it gets worse. That's funny because when I would start a diet or say you're going to change a habit or quit this or do that, it always had to be on a Monday or a Sunday.
Right.
It always had to be mainly on a Monday or like a special date. I'd be like, I'm going to wait until this date on the calendar because that's a date that either is an anniversary of mine or means something, or but had to, I don't know. Is that ingrained in us? Just like at birth, or is it something that society and the media kind of pushes? Obviously, the New Year's Eve thing is just
a way to make a lot of money for people. Yeah,
and I feel like it is then ingrained in us. The fitness gyms are packed the first 3 weeks of January. I shouldn't even say 3 weeks. The first week of January.
They say only 10% of people hold on to their resolutions.
Did you have a resolution last year?
We didn't do resolutions. We did family vision boards. So everyone made a vision board and then talked about it.
Okay, overachievers. What?
I bet you if you ask them all now, they're probably like, that was a waste of time. F that. None of my shit came true.
Like a manifestation board.
Yeah, but I think part of that is like you can make the vision board, but if you're not manifesting it and thinking about it, and mentally walking yourself through it and doing the actions that get you to that place, the board's just a board.
Agreed. So are you the one, obviously, that came up with this idea then? Because you're really going hard with it.
In real estate, one of the companies I work for, after the new year, they would always do January 2nd they would have everyone come in, or maybe it was before the new year, one or the other, but they would have us come in and they'd bring all the magazines and they'd make us put together these vision boards. And a lot of people, high profile CEOs and business owners, that's what they do. They put together these vision boards. So it's something that they look at every day in their office and they can manifest it. So if you know that your goal is to take your family on vacation, or if it's to buy a lake house or to buy a new car or whatever the case may be, it's something you're looking at every single day so you can manifest and be like, okay, what do I need to do today to get to that goal? It's different when you're not seeing it, and when you are seeing it, you have something more motivating to work for.
I do love that because we have talked a lot about what you focus on. And if you're only thinking of the bad stuff, then that's all you're going to see. So I guess that is kind of cool. And then maybe I do believe in manifestation a little bit more, to where if you are seeing it, and I've always heard too, to visualize yourself in a certain situation that you want to be in one day. And the more that you can do that, that's just more in the forefront of your mind and you're pushing for that. Maybe vision boards do work. Like maybe I should put one up and stare at it while I drink my coffee every day.
Yeah, so
it'll just be like my smiling face. Like, just be happy. That's my goal. It's simple.
It is a very simple goal. And most people are not happy, or they fake happiness, or the thing that they want is the thing that they think is going to make them happy, but in all reality, it's not. Things that we think that are going to make us happy don't end up making us happy.
Yeah, once you make the team, once you have a new Abercrombie sweatshirt, like it was just stupid when you were young, but now as adults, it's the same thing. once you get this job, once you can do this, once you go on this vacation, or once this season's over, everything's going to be easier, better. You kind of hang your hat on stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like the chase, just like back in the day in relationships. Sometimes once you got the guy, you're like, this was it. Wah, wah.
Such a funny point, because it's not, oh, it's the chase that you're after, but it's just finally you get it. Because I always thought that people are crappy in that way, where all you want is that exciting chase. But no, maybe we didn't like it when we got what we wanted, quote unquote, not because we no longer are chasing it, but just because it doesn't live up to the expectations. It's just not for you. You thought it would be, you were so excited, and then you realize, oh, this is it. But that is literally life.
It definitely is. And I think it's so hard to put in perspective reality along with realism and the understanding of accepting nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. I was thinking about that too. We all go through our phases. If you're married, you're like, oh God, why did I get married? Right? Like I could have just been single for life and just been so great and so having so much fun. But then you think about when you're single, you're like, oh man, you just want to find that somebody. You want to find that person that you have that bond with, that you can be your forever best friend, your living best friend. And so we always want what we don't have. But then when we get it, then sometimes it could put things in perspective for us. And then sometimes I think it's just, I don't know, the society we live in. Like everything just seems so glamorous. Being single seems glamorous, and being rich seems so glamorous, and being famous feels so glamorous. But you talk to any of those people, and I'm sure life isn't as glamorous as it seems.
Yeah, when you texted the other day about Britney Spears, and you said she's rich and famous, and at what cost? And so even when you're rich and famous, or when you're broke, either way, the struggles, they don't see dollar signs. They don't check your bank account. They're there. That's life. You have either the bigger problems or the smaller problems, but it's always going to be there. I'd rather be famous with problems than not famous with problems. Okay.
You would love someone hiding in your bushes every day, trying to get a picture of you taking out the trash.
I'm ready.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, do you think I care? I don't care what I look. Some people are like, don't take a picture of me.
Wait. Hold the phone. I sense a liar in the house. You
go.
You get upset if people don't like your post or comment. You think something's wrong. Can you imagine if you were on the front page of US Weekly?
Well, that's completely different. Those are two different scenarios. Do you care if you're caught in bad light? I'm not that. Like, I don't care. Brittany said that she moved to Mexico because the paparazzi
moved to Mexico.
That's what she said.
And she also said she was turning 5.
What?
Did you see the video?
No.
I thought you saw it. That's what I said.
I looked at the last one.
And it doesn't sound like her. And she's like, I know I'm supposed to be turning 43, but I'm actually 5. Oh. It was so weird. So weird.
You know who that reminds me of? Michael Jackson.
It does. And a bunch of people texted me her Instagram post that day. Oh, she's a whack-a-job. After your podcast, this all popped up for her birthday. And I'm like, that's not her. It's not her. It can't be her. It doesn't even sound. It's like someone's trying to sound like her. I don't think she did that many drugs.
I've lost sleep over trying to figure out what's going on with her.
You and Liz should go for coffee, because Liz can go on tangents. I think I feel like we could almost get divorced over Britney Spears.
Liz and I have gone back and forth just cheering Britney on, especially during the Free Britney era. That got us all riled up. We were very, very good fans. I don't care about paparazzi. I would be unfazed. Obviously, I feel like for celebrities, it gets to be dangerous, especially with their kids, and that is sad. And that is just a social problem as a society. We need to stop doing that. But we put these people on a pedestal. Every time I say peas, what's wrong with me? Did I have too much coffee that I'm talking like this?
Did you put on like a lipstick that make your lips pop? Sorry, guys.
I did. What more annoying noises can we make into these microphones? Who gave us microphones? I think that to myself every class I teach, when I'm just like, why are 40-something people in my class listening to me? Who wants this? What are you guys signing up for this for? It's
They
crazy.
got nothing better to do.
Like sweating their face off on a bike, listening to me on a microphone.
That
Next.
should make you feel better. You're a positive channel. You're the motivation in their day.
Heyo.
Isn't that cool? What if it is? Like you are the highlight of their day. You're the high. You're the best. That you get them out of bed in the morning. That's pretty awesome.
That's funny. I just got a visual of me like with members pulling people out of bed. Let's go. Time for our class. I'll blast good music. I'll sing maybe if you're lucky.
Those are the people that need that motivation. So like their alarm goes off and they're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. But they remember how they feel after.
That's really sweet. I wake up in the morning. So my kids, Mike and I were saying that how stressful it is getting the kids on the school bus in the morning because the bus drivers are like cutthroat. If you're not there, they wait there 2 minutes. Ours this year are great, but the bad experiences from the bus leaving, that is so ingrained in you when it happens because it's very traumatic. Especially if you have like work to go to and you're like, how can I possibly now get them there at 8 instead of them leaving at 7:30? Now my whole day's off. And it's stressful. And they all go to different schools, so they're all on 3 different buses, which is wild.
Oh, God, that sucks.
And 3 different bus times. Yeah, so it's crazy. But so I wake up early, or Mike does. But either way, I wake up and I say swear words in my head. And I'm like, oh, come on. Be more positive. I should wake up. And that's what I do for my kids when I wake them up. I'm like, good morning. Today is your opportunity. We're going to have a great day. Let's go make it happen. God gave us another day. And then it's this little like voice as they like are waking up. And then for myself in my head, I'm complete opposite. I'm like, F this, another day.
So we need to get someone to record a message as your alarm to you and say, good morning, Patty. It's going to be a great day. So who would you want, besides Britney Spears, who would you have record your good morning wake up message?
Wait, that's so funny. I could pick anybody because you can pay those celebrities. What were those called? The birthday messages that you would get for people?
Oh, the cameos?
Cameo. Yeah. I could totally do that. Save it. Put it as my voicemail. Who would it be?
You could probably just do ChatGPT and make it with their voice. Don't you see all the videos that like, especially with Trump and Kamala during that whole thing people made the videos with their voices?
No.
Yeah. And even the fake movie trailers. Have you been seeing that?
No.
Oh, it's so annoying. Because
like you think it's something good and then it's not.
There was one me and Missy got so psyched for. There was a Golden Girls reboot that was supposed to be with like Tina Fey and Lisa Kudrow. Oh. And it was like airing in June. And I'm like, oh my God, I sent it to Missy. I'm like, this is going to be amazing. And then it was like delayed and all of a sudden like fake news. People are making these with artificial intelligence. Same thing with the movie trailers. There was something...
They're manifesting what they want.
I guess. Like, here, Hollywood, stop doing reboots. Well, I guess that'd be a reboot.
That's a total reboot, but give the people what they want.
Yeah.
And if it had gone viral, then I'm sure somebody somewhere would have picked it up and been like, this is a great idea.
Yeah. So I guess that's not a bad idea, but I think you can save some money and just do it through artificial intelligence and put someone's voice on it.
Yeah, I want it legit, though. If they're going to tell, I need to believe it. I need them to believe. It can't be some fake thing.
So how much would you be willing to pay to get that message?
I haven't even figured out who I want the message from. First, I'd have to think. And then Zach Bryan. I'm obsessed with his music. So if he could just sing me a song.
But would that wake you? You need something to wake you up. That would just keep you sedated, I feel. Right?
I'll take it.
You would need him to do like a nighttime lullaby.
Yeah, I could do that too. But I have zero problems falling asleep. Last night, Mike and I were trying to watch Tell Me Lies, which is a great show.
Oh, so good.
Good recommendation. Thank you so much.
Prepare yourself. You need time because you'll just get so consumed where you'll just want to watch the next step because you want to know how it ends.
Yeah.
And now they haven't even had a release date for season 3. I'm like checking YouTube every day for a trailer.
Get to work, people. Let's go. Yeah, I was like sleeping, sitting up. I was like, Mike, I need to call it. I was like, I need to go to sleep.
That's nice that you call it. I just fall asleep. And Jay kicks me a few times, like, wake up, you're missing it. I'm like, all right, just leave me alone. I want to sleep.
You're missing all the good parts. That's so cute. That's like when you live with your best friend and you are into the same shows. Last night, Mike was like, do you want to watch your show? And I was like, I thought you liked it too. I thought it was our show. And he was like, sure.
Aw, he was just trying to be nice.
I know, no, but he does like it.
Okay, good.
But it is more my show.
Yeah. God bless, because Jay, I don't think he'd be able to watch it, even though he said, what show are you watching? And I'm like, he was like, what is it about? And I explained it. He's like, I would be into that. I'm like, I don't really think you would. You would like poke fun at it and make fun of it and say this and say that. So just sometimes I just know my audience, and you're not that audience.
Yes, I will never forget watching, first off, The Bachelor back in the day with Mike, or Grey's Anatomy. And he would just sit there and just spew negative comments, making fun of them. I'd be like, excuse me, I'm on the verge of tears here and you're making fun of them? I can't. So that ended.
Did you ever watch Chicago Fire or Chicago PD?
I started, I think, Chicago Fire, never PD, because I think Fire came out first.
I think so.
And then I was over it.
Yeah, well, I couldn't watch Chicago Fire with him because he would just point out, that's not right. That's stupid.
100%.
They would kill them. They can't do. I'm like, okay.
I know that is
there
hard.
has to be drama.
If there was a show about real estate agents and you're watching and you're like, this is so fake, they would
Selling
never
Sunset.
I love that show.
Yeah. These chicks who are selling houses don't even think that they know what they're selling.
Does that annoy you? Because sometimes
I don't watch it. I just see the previews and it bothers me because it just says, oh, in order to sell real estate, you need to have Botox and fillers and a fake rack.
True.
And walk around in stiletto heels.
The stiletto heels is what gets me. How and why? But I guess when you're, where are they? In LA, Beverly Hills?
Yep, somewhere fancy.
So nobody wants, you know how we talked once about dressing for the job that you want? Nobody wants a realtor that doesn't like make them want to, like that you don't want to be. Is that weird?
No, I think there's a happy medium where you are realistic, because that's the biggest thing too. Have you ever been in my job, if I show up and I'm overdressed, then it's almost like I can intimidate my clients being like, I'm better than you. And I've gotten that because in my career where I'm working with a buyer and we have to meet the listing agent, and the listing agent shows up in a fancy car and then he gets out in a suit, and then my buyers feel so uncomfortable and they're like, what a douche. And because they just have that air about them. You need to be relatable. You need to know your audience, especially in real estate. I'm not going to come to your house in sweatpants, but also too, I'm not going to come in decked to the nines to sit at your kitchen counter and make you feel uncomfortable because you're in your sweatpants.
That is why you're such a good realtor though, because you hit the nail on the head. Know your audience. You want to be relatable, not hateable. That is just such a good point. And it's more genuine, for sure.
Yeah, and I think we've gotten away from genuinity just in life because everyone's just either chasing the next thing or mutating themselves to be a part of something.
Wow.
Family, friendship. Even in maybe your fitness community, you don't want to be the outsider. So even if you're just kind of playing the part within that circle because you don't want to offend someone or piss somebody off.
Yeah, I could see that. That's really sad for me because I preach all the time in my work, in my classes, that you come as you are. You want to come and you look like this, you look like that. You did your hair today, you didn't do your hair today. Like, it's fine. I'm trying to slowly change that. And I say all the time, make it a safe space. Show up as you are. Sometimes when you feel like you have to leave your baggage at the door and then you do your work and you've left the baggage at the door, you're showing up as your best self. Sometimes I'm like, no, bring the baggage. It's okay. That's life. That's real. And if you bring it and you sit with it, and then maybe even we unpack it for a minute and I see what your baggage is and you see my baggage and we're just very open and honest and genuine and vulnerable. It takes a lot to do something like that. But then you get to when you pack it all back up and it doesn't really fit right back in that suitcase. And then you have to leave some shit there and you do. And then you're better for it. And that's, I think, what we need more of.
Yeah. That's like what we were talking about, like the love to hate kind of thing. I was on social media the other day and I'm scrolling and I come across somebody's post and they are just like being extravagant, like over the top, extravagant. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know we've talked about this. It's social media. Let it be their outlet. You don't like it, scroll past it, unfriend them, block them, right? But then I was like, oh man, I was going to send it to you and just have a heyday and be like, look at this. This is ridiculous. This is insane. What the is she, and all the things. And then I caught myself and I was like, why, Danielle? Why? What is that going to do? What is that going to do for you? What is that going to do for Patty? This person, this is their outlet. And I feel like that social media is one of those things that we love to hate. We love it, but we want to bitch about it too if it's not fitting our agenda or not fitting our day. If we're having a crappy day, of course, all we're going to see on social media is people posting all the amazing things and be like, how are they having an amazing day when I just had a fucking shit day, a shit week, whatever. But it's something that it's inevitable, right?
That's funny. I can't even concentrate. I'm trying to figure out whose post it was. Who annoyed me? Who talked about how much they love their life and their decorations and their perfect Thanksgiving? I don't know. What was it? Can you tell us? No, I'm just kidding.
I genuinely felt bad about myself. And then I was like, I want to go online right now and just post about what a shit day I had.
And be real.
But then unfortunately, I would have had to throw I couldn't just been like, why do you have a bad day? Well, because of this person, and I'm not mentioning the person or the things, because then I don't want to throw them under the bus, because it's not fair to them technically that I'm having a bad day and I'm letting them, shine their demons my way. But,
I was going to say that is so funny, but it is.
Speaking of that, so the other day I texted Missy and Angela something, and Angela responded back with like the crying emojis, laughing. And then Missy responds back with, that's so funny. And in parentheses said, but I'm not laughing. I was like, oh, thanks for listening.
Missy, we love you. And we love you. That's so cute. Oh, that's funny.
I think when we finally do our like live show or like our live Instagram, we'll grab a bottle of tequila, and like anytime you say that's so funny, we have to take a shot.
I'll do Fireball. I did tequila on my 21st birthday at first place and ran to the bathroom and puked. I was like, that's my limit. So I can't even really pretend. Tequila's trending. Tequila's so hip to.
I feel like tequila's always been trending.
Yes, but like spicy margaritas, good vibes, and tequila. Where have I been?
I feel like that's been a trend for a while.
Really? It is a trend, and I'm not on it, but I try to pretend that I am.
Will you do a margarita?
Yeah. But I don't love it as much as I love sangria or something like that.
I used to love margaritas, and then age happened, and I have the worst heartburn, so I can't even, because it's miserable. It's the same thing with mimosas. I can't do those anymore either. Like champagne. I don't know how people, I like watch them, and I'm like, how can you just sip on a glass of champagne? I literally, every sip gives me heartburn.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I had heartburn when I was pregnant, but then it's never a thing now.
No, well, you're not in your 40s yet.
Very, very close. We had that talk with Mike. He's like, you're not there yet. You can't hate being old yet. But he's going to say that. And then even when I'm like 70 something, he's like, well, wait till you're 80. Just you wait.
That's all he's got on you. He's a little bit of an age gap.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Speaking on love to hate, me and Patty have gone down this rabbit hole of like beauty products. You obviously have been on our journey with the supplements and the ashwagandha and the mushroom coffee and all that jazz. But we've literally been sending stuff back and forth about beauty products and red light therapy. So lucky for you guys, we're going to be trying out a few new products, and we'll let you know how that works, if it's a buy it or save your money kind of thing. Yeah. We've been dealing with black under eyes and puffy eyes and double chins and wrinkles. So we're going to try to find the best avenue to maybe avoid having to do so much Botox.
I know. I've never done Botox, but clearly. I think when I smile so big, my face is just one giant wrinkly mess.
No. I feel like the lines around your eyes, I feel, are normal. If you get rid of them, I think it looks really weird. You barely have anything on your forehead.
The lighting's good.
And maybe since you smile so often, it's like an exercise where you're like, maybe I do. I need to smile more.
I like your spin on all of this. I was so close. I had the red light mask and like the one that goes on your neck. Red light therapy. And then finally you talked me off the ledge when you said that your friend said there's nothing sold that is strong enough in a red light mask to make a difference. A lot of people, though, their videos are so convincing. It was Black Friday, so I was a sucker for all that when that was going on. But I did not buy it.
But that's the thing. It's like these videos and everyone's like being sponsored by these people. And they're like, well, I swear I've never said this about a product before, but I swear it works. And then they either don't show you before and after pictures, or when they show it to you, it's like not a legit before and after picture.
You know what? Pet peeve of mine. The
Very.
before and afters. I take photos like it's my job of my kids, whatever. When you're in bad lighting, everybody looks bad when there's shadows on your faces. And then the after photo is always with direct sunlight or the lights on differently. Do it in the same lighting.
And in the same clothes.
Yes, if it's a body,
Yeah. It's like,
ridiculous.
Why would you wear that and then wear that? It doesn't make
I could
sense.
do a before and after literally just on where the bikini lands on my hips, and it's going to make me look night and day difference.
Yeah.
The high rise versus the low rise, please. You cannot compare. Yeah, I'm thinking more just like the people that do the face, because that's what I've been looking at a lot. Or like those Lumi, is that what it's called? The Lumi like face things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I want one so
Liz
bad.
sells them.
Yep.
She did. Did you see her before and after? Her actually, the before and after looked very convincing.
Ooh, good for you, Liz.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate that because I do feel like that thing works. So I'll have to look at Liz's thing.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to her more about that. I have not.
But it's pricey. Like any good thing in life, if you want a clean face, you got to pay for it.
But if you think about it, if you don't want to go and get, they say,
facial,
ideally you should get a facial once a month.
That's laughable. Who here is doing a facial? Who has time for that?
Not even that. It's expensive.
Yeah, I don't even
like good facial average is like $300, like with tip and stuff. Yeah,
I'm just thinking. Yeah, that's great. That's a lot.
I know would be like the pleasure of having all the like disposable money, just like the dumb shit you can do. Okay, I'm getting a massage once a week. I'm getting a facial once a week or once a month, and I'm going to go and sit in red hot therapy and do all the things. And you're never going to go bored if you're never working because you have all the money to do all the fun things.
That takes me to one product that I have purchased, the NAD Plus. It's so I almost bought the pill version, and then I heard that the pills your body doesn't absorb.
Oh, you bought the liquid.
So I bought the liquid, the RHOC or something. It tastes good. I'll report back, but I'm very excited about it. It talks about like longevity of life and just more energy, more focus, all the things that I need. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so when you're trying that, because I wasn't going to add that because I bought oh my God, what did I buy? The Primal.
Oh, the meat thing?
The meat thing, yeah.
What is it called?
So sorry, Kim, my friend who's a vegan, who talks to me about my meat all the time. But it's animal organs and organ tissue in a pill form. And they say it's the best for a woman, especially that you're eating all that stuff and helps with your hormones and helps with your skin growth, your hair growth and your skin clarity and all the things. And they say it's a tremendous difference between month 1 and month 3.
Ooh.
So
okay.
I ordered that Black Friday special. So I'm excited. Everyone says their energy is better and all the things. So
good. Well, are these people that you know that are saying their energy is better, or are you like me? You're just watching the videos.
I'm watching the videos, but after I watch the videos, then I'll go and I'll do a Google review and search them on the internet versus that and see if there's like real testimonials, not people that are spewing it at them because they make a profit on it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Cool. That's great. Well, you do that. I'll do the NAD Plus and we'll figure it out. I should also start taking my vitamins again. I'm so off the wagon with that.
No, but then I watched another video yesterday, this other girl, Primal Bod, and she shows before and after. She was never like overweight, but she had cellulite and all the things. And so she switched gears and pretty much went on a carnivore and vegetable diet. And the tightening of the skin and the lack of cellulite from what she did was like amazing.
Really?
She's never had Botox. She doesn't dye her hair. And she was saying that the only supplements that she really truly believes in is if you live in a state that doesn't get a lot of sunshine, vitamin D is a must. And then fish oil, because no matter what we eat, we can never get enough of it. And there was one other one she stated, but she used to be like 32 supplements a day, and now she's down to 3 or 4.
Wow. Good for her. Yeah. Okay. The fact that when I take fish oil, I have to take 4 of these big pills a day. And then on top of that, my multivitamins, my women's multivitamin is, I want to say 3 or 4 pills a day. But here's the kicker. There's an AM version and there's a PM version. I'm like, I feel like my dad like lining up all these pills. And when I first started doing it a couple months ago, I was like, what? I had to take a moment and just breathe and just be like, this is okay.
It's also very overwhelming because of the people I've been watching that are like certified either nutritionists or scientists.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those multivitamins, I should find that video and send it to you. They say turn it on over, and if it has this, this, and this, throw it away.
I hate this. Why are they selling us this stuff?
Why can't everyone sell the right ones, the right products with the right things?
Who's regulating this?
No one. I don't think that they are.
It's ridiculous. That's what makes me so nervous about getting these products. And because even the lotions that we wear or the perfume or this, like everything has all these chemicals. I hate it. It's so annoying. I'm just trying to live.
Right.
Right. And maybe smell good.
Right.
Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
You want to live well and not smell like a rotting corpse.
Yeah. It's a small ask, okay? That, and I want to be happy. Where's my vision board? Let's go.
Yeah. It's very simple. We just need 3 photos. No fancy sports car, no yachts, no nothing. Just happy.
Yeah.
But also, too, I feel like, I don't want to live forever. I'm okay with a little bit of bad because I don't want to live to 105.
Danielle's drinking and smoking. I'm fine if I don't live forever. This is why I do what I do. That's right. I don't know how old I would want to be. I just want to be healthy. I want to be able to move. I want to have a sharp mind. You see some older folks that are like so with it. And I love when people say that, oh, she's so with it. I want to be that when I'm 93.
Yeah, I guess it is. The age doesn't matter. It's about how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because people could feel horrible in their 70s and their 60s. And yeah, that wouldn't be great. And then there's people that are 90 that are still moving and grooving. The nursing homes are the place to be, some of these.
Yeah, then, highest STD rates.
Stop.
They say.
Stop.
I don't know if it's a joke or if it's for real.
It's probably just because they've lived a long life. They're not getting them there.
I'm sure, maybe. Like you're like, I don't care. My wife's dead. I'm just going to shag any bitch that comes my way.
They can barely walk without a walker. That's not happening. Or is it? We'll see. One day we'll be there.
I hope not. I guess in a fun retirement community. Not
in your Golden Girls.
Yeah, my Golden Girls compound,
mm-hmm.
which is looking even better these days.
Why? Because you're cutting people out?
No, just a change of scenery.
Oh, like you want to move.
I'm not wishing death on my husband today.
Change of scenery. No, we're talking nice.
Yeah, we're talking nice today.
Brings us to some highs and some lows.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh my gosh, my high. Every year, this was the 5th year, I do a client appreciation brunch with Santa for my clients. So that was yesterday. It was Sunday. And it's always just amazing. It's an amazing turnout. And obviously being the 5th year, there's so many people that look forward to it every year. Mm-hmm. And so many people that haven't come because I think people get nervous, like, there's going to be a bunch of people I don't know and it's weird and I'm going to this place and don't have to pay for anything. And so then when they come, they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They get photos with Santa. Their kids have fun. Mm-hmm. It takes me a couple days to come down off that high because it just means so much to me because I just believe in, I feel like giving back is cheesy, but I want the people to know, my friends and family and clients, that I appreciate them. Mm-hmm. I am not successful as a realtor without the people around me that are spreading the word that they know and trust me to do my job. So I feel like everyone deserves to feel appreciated. So that's my way of letting everyone know that I really appreciate them. So just seeing. So we average about 200 people between adults and kids. And it's just a really nice time. So it was the highlight of my week.
Oh, for sure. I remember the first time that I went, I was like, what's happening here? Like, how generous. It was really just so generous. And it does speak volumes. We talked earlier about, like, quote unquote, safe space. Just being in that environment, everyone's so kind. And obviously everyone knows you somehow through a friend or whatever. But all your clients, it's just a really cool, good group of people. And the kids are all funny and hyped up and they're having the best day. And the parents are happy because, hey, their kids are happy. The whole thing is just over the top and it's so nice.
Yeah, and I really appreciate it. I do it at the first year I did it at Pinstripes, and then we outgrew that. So I've been doing it at Chandler's, and I love it because there's so much space and there's not a lot of things to break. So the kids can just literally run around like crazy people, and the parents can just enjoy their cocktail and conversations.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
That's a good high. My high was the Crystal Lake Santa Claus run occurred last weekend, and just going through all the pictures and stuff is so fun. My kids went to it, raised money for a few different organizations, Girls on the Run, Casa McHenry, a few other ones too. And it was really cool to see a town. So I'm not from Crystal Lake, but I drove out there early in the morning to go and help. There was there's like the full run. Then there was like a 5K or like a walking track. And then there was the kids. So they put me and my friends from Lululemon in charge of the kids run. And it was just like a quick dash, but it was so cute. The elf was there and he was amazing. And he was so fun and such good energy. And he ran with the kids. So I was like living my best life. Even my 4-year-old was not giving me a run for my money. He was fully invested watching all these people. And I explained briefly, hey, these people are paying money to do this. They're paying money to go run, and it's going toward a good cause. So it was cool to see like kind of their wheels going, being like, oh, like that's really awesome, right? A good way to give back. I don't understand why they still have to run it though.
Because I don't think it would be like anything. You need to work for it to feel accomplished.
True.
If someone's just going to hand you a trophy, are you going to be happy about it? If someone I know me and you are different in a lot of ways. That's the same thing. Like I have weird guilt. But if someone just handed me $1 million and I didn't have to do anything for it, I'd feel weird. I'd want to do something to work for it.
For sure. But you're not getting the $1 million. In this instance, you're not getting that trophy. So,
but maybe it's about sacrifice because it's a charity, right? And someone's sacrificing something for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get when people run a marathon. Okay, if you're running a marathon, I want to donate to your cause because I think that's super cool. Running a marathon is so intense. So I guess maybe that's what it is. You're doing something. Because even when I do cycle classes and I do a fundraiser, people will be like, I want to be a part of this or I want to give because what you do, is just so difficult to just do those classes. So maybe that's what it is, I guess. I don't know.
I think everyone functions differently. There's the people that are just going to donate, and then there's people that's going to show up, donate, and go through the motions.
Yeah.
But I did see that. And wasn't it freezing cold that day?
It was very cold, but everyone's dressed up like Santa.
I know, but I was like, oh my God, God bless you guys. You guys are awesome, because I would have been like, hell no, it's too cold.
I know. It was cold, but we bundled my kids, but my poor kids were like, my feet are frozen. I was like, I wanted you guys in gym shoes so you could do your little kids dash. I felt bad, but such is life. We live in the Midwest.
Yeah, they were champs. You guys were champs. So
yeah, it was good
for you.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then my low happened the other night at wrestling practice with my older boys. Then they just look at me and we silently just know that this is HELL. This is the hardest of hard. Mm-hmm. Joseph, 4 years old, in the hallway of the high school. And there's all these older high school girls leaving from cheerleading or from basketball. And then there's the wrestlers from high school. And they're all lined up waiting for their rides. And Joseph is on the floor. You could possibly think he was breakdancing, but he wasn't. He was just on the floor, just spinning himself in circles. Like he was done for the night. He did not hear me. He had tunnel vision. He was going to do spirals on the floor until he got so dizzy. It was like, oh, it was really hard. And I just had to stand there. And then finally I was like, hey, Joe, we're going to leave. I just waited for him to get sick of what he was doing and come and join the family, come and join the land of the living over here.
So are they just over wrestling this year? They don't want to do it? Or was it just a tough challenge that day?
No, the older boys are totally fine. Like they like wrestling. They like their sports. It's just the fact that it's 7:30 at night or 8 o'clock at night. And my 4-year-old needs to be in bed. And with Mike working afternoons now, there's just no, and my mom has been really helpful. And she'll stay home with Joseph a lot of the times, but some nights she can't. They're my kids, right? I have to figure this out. It's just really hard. So there's an elf that's visiting my house from the North Pole, and that has worked.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, he talks about the elf. So this was day 1 into the elf situation, and that was really rough. But now that we're in it, and the elf actually brought a North Pole, what's it called? Report card.
Mm-hmm.
And it said Joseph's been naughty and nice, and that he needs to listen more. And I was like, I've never seen that happen before. I've never had a report card come home from the elf. So this was a big deal. That's how you know this elf's like, they're struggling.
Yeah.
Joe was this close from getting completely kicked off the nice list and only on the naughty list. No, he's such a good boy. He's such a sweetheart. But he's got a big personality. And he told me once, he goes, Mom, I'm just mad because you always want me to do what you want to do. And sometimes I want to do what I want to do. And I'm like, yeah, dude, same.
Yeah.
Same. I feel that way all the time. So we're struggling, but we're going to get there.
Oh, well, shout out to all the parents in this little elf season, because as much as I think it's kind of a cool idea to do it for 25 days, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And a few people, Michael and Michelle, I think that started 3 days early.
Yeah, their elf is really
like
going after it.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm glad that I'm chill, you know? So like, I feel like Santa Claus pairs you up with the elephants. Santa
Coming next year, elephant in the toilet.
Santa really does a good job of pairing you with your elf so that it suits your family. It's very good. Very good.
That's a good way of talking about it. Yeah.
So what was your low? My low is watching my child go absolutely bonkers. And you know what, though? I did a service to the world, because all the high school girls and boys that are sitting there watching, they were like terrified. They were like, this mom is speaking to her child and he's not listening. So it was good, like birth control for everyone.
Oh, for sure.
Remember that, folks. Remember that. Okay. In college, remember that. They're going to be like, well, there was one time that I was at leaving practice and this kid.
For life. Scarred for life. That kid was an asshole. No, thank you.
Yep. I'm doing my
like
duties.
I have to end my night at 7:30 so they can be in bed by 8. That sounds miserable.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that before you have unprotected sex, people.
I know. Yeah. I'm just doing my job. Birth control for the world. I'll just walk around. If you want me, like, just pay toddlers to like come to your events and stuff, so that if you're worried and your kids are like getting older and you're like, they're just not listening and they're a little rebellious or this or that, show them a toddler.
We should do that. We should start an outreach program. If you are thinking about having a child, yes. And like, it doesn't matter what age you're at, whether it's 18 or 45, call us. We will pair you up with a borderline devil child. So, you know, for the person that's not a devil child, but at that age where they might be a little bit difficult. And then the person donating their child gets a few days of free childcare.
You've donated your teenager.
Yeah. And then
see who survives.
Yeah. And then we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
That's a horrible business plan, or is it genius?
I think it's genius. Just like people who get married in a church, they have to go through that pre-Cana,
mm-hmm.
you know, or that's Catholic, right?
Mm-hmm. But anybody meets with your pastor.
Yeah, but I feel like that could be a really good thing for people, very cathartic and just understanding and having the conversations that you might not have had with the person before, you know?
Yeah, like what? Well, I feel like, so I was at a Christmas lighting a few weeks ago. It was the one at the Arboretum, and this girl walks out and she's holding a baby, and the guy has like a car seat carrier, and I was like, they are so young. Then I realized it was a doll. And I was like, weird, because I used to carry my dolls around way past the age that I should have. Embarrassingly so.
Maybe was it a school project?
And then it dawned on me, no, she's not weird like you, Patty. She's not 15 carrying a baby doll around still. She's probably doing the school project. And I only realized that because the boy was like invested in it too. Because I was like, no boy, that's not happening.
You never know these days what the hell is happening. So
yeah, true. But I'm like, all right, so it's probably the school project. And I'm like, where are they from that they do that? I didn't do that project in school. Did you? Where you had to keep that baby alive? What was that for, like home ec?
I think home ec or like health. I know some people had eggs that you had to keep alive or not crack or something. Oof. But maybe that was in a movie.
We didn't do that. I didn't do any of that.
No. Or maybe it turned out fine.
Yeah, here I am all these years later, scarring the teens of the world with my parenting skills. One time I'll never forget, someone told me, like, if you don't run after your child, they're not going to run away. I was like, no, if I don't run after him right now, he's going to drown in this lake that he's running toward. He's not stopping. He doesn't know that he can't swim. They think they're superheroes. They're going to climb the fence. And some kids are just resilient. Not resilient. What's the word? Some kids don't effing listen.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's me.
They're stubborn.
With 2 of my 3 kids. So I know it's not me. I know it's not my husband. It's not our parenting. It was ingrained in them. These are the boys that they are. They don't want to listen. They're very determined.
Right. Boys will be boys. Kids will be kids. I feel like there's the difference between parenting and like delusional parenting is knowing what is like a natural adventure with your child and what is something that you can fix.
I love how hard you're trying not to get canceled. You're choosing your words so wisely. Adventure.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Okay.
I think that was perfectly said.
Okay, thank you.
Perfectly said.
Yeah. I'm not a mom, so I don't want to offend moms. Because I feel like I offend moms quite often.
Do you? No, I don't think so.
Maybe not on our podcast, but in real life.
Well, you know what? I think that it's not just moms, first and foremost. It's just that you speak your mind and the hard truths. So I was talking to Mike earlier today, and it goes back to Britney Spears too, but about your circle. And if you don't have people in your circle that risk offending you and hurting you and risk potentially ruining the entire relationship, friendship, whatever, because they're just going to be honest with you, if you don't have people that are willing to risk it, then you don't have people.
Right.
What's the point? Because you need people to hold you accountable. You want people that are going to play that other side and always make you realize when you're just kind of like off target. We're human. All of us are going to be off target all the time. We can't always get it right. So you need to rely on your people that are going to carry you through and slap you on the wrist sometimes and be like, that's not okay. What are you doing here, here, and here?
Right.
So while some people, it's because you get defensive when people point out your flaws because everyone's trying their best.
Right. Well, not everyone.
I think they think they're trying their best.
Again, between reality and delusion.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's very hard when someone is going to point out something that, whether you're conscious of it or not, that you've been working on or that you are struggling with, and then someone's going to point it out. Nobody wants to hear that. That's why I'm just like, go to therapy. Go talk it out. Figure yourself out. And the faster that you can figure yourself out and that you learn coping mechanisms, then you're going to stop ruining it for the rest of the world. Okay?
Exactly. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's also situational. If you bring it up at the wrong time, then it's not going to land well either.
That's me. I always bring it up. But you know what?
And I understand sometimes opportunities aren't there at that moment, or there's people around that you don't want to say it in front of. Mm-hmm. But I feel that if you can bring it up while it's happening and not 3 days later.
Oh, I love that.
Because it also probably stews on the other person. Like, they've been thinking about this for 3 days since we had this conversation. Why didn't they bring it up then? Like,
it's because we're not strong enough and we're not willing to risk your feelings to help you. I think that's what it is. Sometimes, so if I'm in the moment and I say my piece of what I think, and sometimes I can really upset the people that aren't ready or don't want to hear that. But I have 3 kids. I'm busy. Like we don't have time. I don't have time to always revisit this. So I'm going to tell you in the moment. And sometimes when I do, I don't think I'm as like my rate of honesty isn't quite as high as yours is. So it takes me longer a lot of the times. But when I do, and I risk offending people because I care about them and I think that, hey, if I say this, it'll maybe hit home, maybe resonate, maybe it'll help them, because it's always easier from an outsider's view. So it's no fault of anybody's, but you need people in your life that are going to call you out on your bullshit.
Right. And I think too, once someone thinks about it, because there are people out there, I think, that call people out and say things, but it's not coming from a place of love. It's more about the person saying it than the person receiving it.
Ooh.
So I was thinking about that the other day as well. Like, why do so many little things about other people's life bother me? It shouldn't, right? Do I care that you have a job you don't love or that you don't have a job? Do I care that you're overweight? Do I care that you drink too much? Do I care that you are in a terrible relationship? Yes, those things do, because it does affect you and your life and your health and the quality of life you're having. But is you doing that affecting my life at all? And then I think that's where we have to come from when we're talking to someone, is what you're doing. Yes, I can talk to you about it and say, I want you to be happy, and this is what I think you're doing that's sabotaging your happiness. But again, if you choose that, then I have to be okay with it. And I think that resonates with me, because I feel like I hold on to that, and it like starts to affect me in my life. And I have to understand, like, it's my life. I live in it, and I have to do what's best for me to make me happy, so I can make the people around me happy. Because if I'm not happy, those people, well, it's not that those people aren't. I take it out on those people.
Right. Well, yeah, absolutely. You have to lead by example. So you can give your advice, but this is a quote that I've hung on to for the past couple of years now. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So you could know all the good things. Like, we talk about all these wonderful things that we're going to do or take, or, to make our lives better. But are you going to implement them? Are you actually going to do the work? So it's like, you can say your advice and you can risk offending people, and you can just hope and pray that it's going to land on their hearts and in their minds in the right way, that you mean it with your good intentions. But if they don't take it, they don't take it. And then that's a hard pill to swallow too. But again, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
Right. No, I've been saying that for years. Yeah. That is definitely in the top 5 sayings, I feel.
Yeah, of all time. What's the top, like, 1 or 2? What else? What other sayings do you like?
I mean, it is what it is. Like, it is.
C'est la vie. Isn't that it? C'est la vie?
Yeah.
Or was I thinking que sera, sera? Which one?
No, it's c'est la vie, I think.
I feel like that's life. No? It is what it is. Whatever, okay? I don't need other languages. I got English.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And I do, the golden rule I say a lot, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. Because I feel like if you say that over and over and over again, you'll be more conscious of your actions.
Ooh, I love that. I could just stamp it onto people's foreheads these days.
One of the memories I remember from first grade, I believe, it was like hung over our door in first grade, the golden rule. Like, that is what I remember from first grade, maybe kindergarten or first grade, but at young age, remember learning about the golden rule. Remember it was on a sign above the door. And
that's really sweet. Yeah. Shout out to your teacher, because they are the ones that decorate it. So they could have put up like the ABCs for the 80th time, right, poster like that, but they chose that. So good. I'm glad that they instilled that in you.
Yeah. See, sometimes a memory works.
Hey-o, sometimes. Every now and then a blind squirrel finds a nut. That's a saying I like to say.
Okay. Let's add it to our Google sheet. We haven't talked about Google in a while, so we'll bring that back. But guys, well, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you on this Monday. Thanks again for listening, and we're gonna keep being us, so you can keep being you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.